Welcome back to our channel, Mars Sunset Media. In today's video, we're diving into a topic that sheds light on a complex and often controversial issue: the top 10 countries with the most prostitutes. Prostitution, one of the world's oldest professions, exists in many forms and is influenced by a myriad of factors, including economic disparity, legal frameworks, cultural norms, and social challenges. In this video, we'll explore the countries where the sex trade is most prevalent, uncovering the reasons behind its proliferation and the impact it has on society. From bustling urban centers to notorious red-light districts, these countries have significant numbers of sex workers, shaped by unique socio-economic landscapes and varying degrees of legal regulation. We'll delve into the stories behind the statistics, highlighting the human aspects and the ongoing efforts to address the associated issues. Stay tuned as we count down from number 10 to number 1. Find out which countries top the list and why their sex industries are thriving whilst providing in-depth insights into the realities of prostitution across different parts of the world. This is not just about numbers, but understanding the intricate dynamics that drive this global phenomenon. Let's get started. 10. India. India has a vast and complex sex industry with an estimated 3 million sex workers, though the exact number is difficult to ascertain due to the clandestine nature of the trade. Prostitution is legally permissible if it's conducted privately and not in brothels or public places. Major cities like Mumbai, Delhi, and Kolkata are known for their extensive red-light districts such as Kamathipura in Mumbai and Sonagachi in Kolkata, which are among the largest in Asia. The primary drivers of prostitution in India include poverty, lack of education, and limited employment opportunities, particularly for women. Many enter the trade to support their families or are trafficked from rural areas or neighboring countries. The conditions for sex workers are often dire, with many facing violence, exploitation, and health risks, including HIV/AIDS. Despite efforts by various NGOs and government initiatives to provide rehabilitation, healthcare, and alternative livelihoods, the industry remains deeply entrenched and challenging to regulate. 9. Germany. Germany's approach to prostitution is unique, having legalized the industry in 2002 to improve conditions for sex workers and reduce criminal elements. As a result, Germany has an estimated 400,000 sex workers operating in legal and regulated environments. Major cities such as Berlin, Hamburg, and Frankfurt are known for their large and visible sex industries, with numerous brothels and clubs operating openly. Legalization aimed to provide better health care, social security, and safer working conditions for sex workers. However, it has also attracted traffickers and illegal activities, posing significant challenges to law enforcement. Critics argue that legalization has not entirely eliminated exploitation or human trafficking, with many migrant women from Eastern Europe and other regions being coerced into the trade. The government continues to strive for better regulation and support systems, balancing the rights and safety of sex workers with efforts to combat illegal trafficking and exploitation. 8. Thailand. Thailand is internationally renowned for its sex tourism industry, with estimates of sex workers ranging from 250,000 to over 2 million, though exact figures are hard to determine. The country's red-light districts, such as Bangkok's Patpong, Pattaya's Walking Street, and Phuket's Bangla Road, are famous worldwide. Despite prostitution being technically illegal, it is widely tolerated and contributes significantly to the economy, particularly through tourism. The industry is fueled by poverty, limited job opportunities, and high demand from foreign tourists. Many sex workers migrate from rural areas to urban centers to earn money to support their families. The Thai government has made efforts to curb sex trafficking and improve the conditions for sex workers, but enforcement is inconsistent. Child prostitution and trafficking remain serious issues, with numerous NGOs working to rescue and rehabilitate victims. 7. Brazil. Brazil has a substantial sex industry with an estimated 1 million sex workers. The country's lenient stance on prostitution, where the act itself is legal but associated activities like running brothels are not, contributes to the prevalence of the trade. Major cities such as Rio de Janeiro and Sao Paulo are notable hubs for sex tourism, particularly during events like Carnival. Economic disparity, unemployment, and social inequality drive many individuals into prostitution. Street prostitution and online services are common, and the industry attracts both locals and international tourists. Brazil also faces significant challenges with child prostitution and trafficking, particularly in impoverished regions. Various government and NGO efforts aim to combat these issues by providing education, healthcare, and support for sex workers, though progress is hampered by widespread corruption and economic challenges. 6. Mexico. Mexico's sex industry is extensive, with an estimated 500,000 sex workers, and is particularly notorious in border cities like Tijuana and Ciudad Juarez. Prostitution is illegal but prevalent, with significant involvement of organized crime. Many sex workers are driven into the trade by poverty, lack of opportunities, and violence. The country also has a high incidence of human trafficking, with many women and children being coerced or forced into prostitution. Efforts to regulate the industry and provide protections for sex workers are complicated by corruption and the influence of cartels. Government and NGO initiatives focus on rescuing victims of trafficking and providing support and rehabilitation services, but the scale of the problem remains daunting. 5. Nigeria. Nigeria has a large number of sex workers, with estimates in the hundreds of thousands, driven by extreme poverty, unemployment, and social inequality. Major cities like Lagos, Abuja, and Benin City are known for their vibrant sex industries. Prostitution is illegal, but enforcement is lax, and the trade is widespread. Many Nigerian sex workers are also trafficked to other countries, particularly in Europe, where they often face harsh conditions and exploitation. The country struggles with significant issues of human trafficking and exploitation. Government and international efforts focus on combating trafficking and providing support for victims, but deeply rooted economic and social issues continue to drive many into the sex trade. 4. Russia. Russia has a significant and visible sex industry, particularly in major cities like Moscow and St. Petersburg. Estimates suggest there are hundreds of thousands of sex workers in the country. The collapse of the Soviet Union and subsequent economic hardship have driven many women into prostitution. The industry is largely unregulated, and sex workers often face significant risks, including violence, exploitation, and health issues. Organized crime plays a substantial role in the trade, with many women being trafficked from poorer regions or neighboring countries. Efforts to regulate the industry and protect sex workers' rights are ongoing but face significant challenges due to corruption and the clandestine nature of the trade. 3. Philippines. The Philippines has a substantial sex tourism industry, with estimates of sex workers ranging from 800,000 to 1 million. Cities like Manila, Cebu, and Angeles are well known for their red light districts and attract significant numbers of tourists seeking sex services. Prostitution is illegal but widely tolerated, contributing to a thriving underground industry. Economic hardship, lack of employment opportunities, and high demand from tourists are major drivers of the trade. Child prostitution and trafficking are serious issues, with numerous NGOs working to rescue and rehabilitate victims. Government efforts to combat sex trafficking and improve conditions for sex workers are in place, but often face challenges in enforcement and resource allocation. 2. United States. The United States has a significant number of sex workers, estimated in the hundreds of thousands. While prostitution is legal in some parts of Nevada, it is illegal elsewhere in the country. Major cities like Las Vegas, Los Angeles, and New York are notable hubs for the sex trade. Economic disparity, homelessness, and drug addiction are key factors driving individuals into the trade. The industry operates both openly in legal brothels and clandestinely in other areas, with a significant online presence. Efforts to combat sex trafficking and provide support for sex workers vary widely by state and local jurisdiction. Nonprofit organizations and advocacy groups play a crucial role in providing resources and support for those in the industry, focusing on harm reduction, healthcare, and exit strategies for those who wish to leave the trade. 1. China. China has the largest estimated number of sex workers in the world, with figures ranging from 3 to 10 million. Rapid economic growth and urban migration have contributed to the expansion of the sex industry in major cities like Beijing, Shanghai, and Guangzhou. Despite prostitution being illegal, it is widespread and often linked to organized crime. Many women are driven into the trade by economic necessity, and the industry includes a significant number of migrant workers from rural areas. The government periodically cracks down on prostitution, but corruption and the sheer scale of the industry make it difficult to eradicate. Efforts to combat trafficking and provide support for sex workers are in place, but significant challenges remain in effectively regulating the industry and protecting vulnerable individuals. As we've journeyed through the top 10 countries with the highest prevalence of prostitution, it's clear that the industry is shaped by complex socio-economic factors and cultural dynamics. These countries face unique challenges in addressing the legal, social, and humanitarian aspects of prostitution. While some have legalized and regulated the trade, others struggle with exploitation and human trafficking. Understanding these issues is crucial for fostering empathy and advocating for effective solutions that protect and empower sex workers. If you found this video enlightening, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Hit the subscribe button and ring the bell icon so you never miss out on our deep dives into global issues. Let us know in the comments your thoughts on the sex industry and which topics you'd like us to explore next. Together, we can raise awareness and drive positive change. Thanks for watching.